How do you typically enjoy onions in your meals? Perhaps you add them to hearty soups, sauté them for flavorful stir-fries, or pair them with tangy pickles. Odds are, they're a regular feature on your dinner table. But are you just eating onions because you've heard they're good for you, without much thought? The way you prepare and consume onions could be impacting your health far more than you might imagine. It may sound surprising, but recent U.S. studies reveal that roughly 70% of Americans over 60 are eating onions incorrectly. This misstep can turn the onions you eat for wellness into something that might your body in unexpected ways. Have you ever experienced this? You incorporate onions into your daily diet, yet your blood pressure remains stubbornly high, or you feel digestive discomfort, or a routine health checkup flags an unexpected issue. You believe onions are beneficial, but the results don't seem to follow. Haven't most of us felt this disconnect at least once? So, what's behind this issue? Eating onions the wrong way can not only diminish their health benefits but may even cause harm. However, when consumed correctly, onions can safeguard your blood vessels, energize your heart, and significantly boost your immune system, truly acting as nature's most potent natural remedy. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, a physician with over 30 years of experience treating patients with lifestyle-related conditions like hypertension, diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases. Through decades of hands-on clinical work, I've witnessed countless transformations in my patients' health, but nothing has astonished me more than the remarkable power of onions. You don't need expensive medications or trendy supplements. Everyday ingredients like onions can fundamentally restore your vitality. Onions stand out as a prime example of this truth. Often dismissed as a mere vegetable, onions have the proven ability to stabilize blood pressure, normalize cholesterol levels, enhance blood flow, and protect both your heart and blood vessels from harm. My grandmother's health journey serves as a powerful testament to the transformative potential of a simple, often overlooked ingredient, the onion. Several years ago, she experienced a severe cardiac episode that landed her in a New York hospital. As both her physician and a deeply devoted family member, I was determined to explore every possible avenue to restore her health. While conventional medications played a role, they alone were insufficient to fully stabilize her condition. Her blood pressure remained erratic, her cholesterol levels were stubbornly high, and her energy was noticeably diminished. It was then that I turned to an unconventional yet scientifically grounded approach, incorporating onions into her diet in a deliberate, strategic way. Within just a few weeks of adopting this method, the results were nothing short of remarkable. Her blood pressure normalized, her cholesterol levels dropped significantly, and she regained a vibrant energy that allowed her to embrace life with renewed vigor. The key insight from her experience wasn't simply to eat more onions, but to consume them in a precise, intentional manner. When prepared or consumed incorrectly, onions lose their potent health benefits, or worse, they can cause unintended digestive discomfort. However, when used properly, onions act as a natural, holistic medicine, rejuvenating the body from the inside out, supporting heart health, and even enhancing overall vitality. In this video, I'll dive deep into the often ignored yet scientifically validated power of onions, presenting their benefits in a clear, practical, and engaging way. I'll share insights that are rarely discussed, even among medical professionals, and reveal the exact onion-eating techniques that have transformed the lives of countless patients. I'll hold nothing back, providing step-by-step guidance on how to harness the full potential of this humble vegetable. That single onion sitting in your kitchen pantry? It's far more than a flavor enhancer for your recipes. It's a powerhouse with the potential to protect your cardiovascular system, regulate blood sugar, reduce chronic inflammation, and even slow the aging process at a cellular level. Yet, surprisingly, most people fail to unlock these incredible benefits because they lack the knowledge to use onions effectively. You've likely heard that onions are healthy, but do you know why or how they work their magic in your body? Onions are not just a culinary staple. They're backed by robust scientific evidence demonstrating effects that can rival, and in some cases surpass, prescription medications. They soften and strengthen blood vessels, improve circulation, lower harmful LDL cholesterol, prevent the buildup of arterial plaque, and significantly reduce the risk of life-threatening conditions like heart attacks and strokes. Beyond cardiovascular benefits, onions' potent antioxidant properties combat systemic inflammation, bolster immune function, and protect cells from oxidative stress, effectively slowing the aging process. Among my patients, I've witnessed extraordinary cases where onions have delivered life-changing results. Consider Robert Thompson, a 70-year-old retiree from Chicago who struggled with high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, and prediabetes. Robert was no stranger to hospitals, frequently visiting due to his persistent health challenges. Despite adhering to his prescribed medications, his vital numbers refused to stabilize, and he battled chronic fatigue and uncomfortable leg swelling that made daily activities a struggle. After a thorough review of his lifestyle and diet, I introduced a tailored onion eating protocol, not a vague recommendation to eat more onions, but specific evidence-based guidance on the optimal timing, preparation methods, portion sizes, and frequency of onion consumption. The results were astonishing. Within just 2 months, Robert's blood pressure dropped by 15 points, his cholesterol levels approached normal ranges, and his prediabetes markers improved significantly. More than that, he radiated vitality, reporting that routine tasks like climbing stairs or walking his dog felt effortless for the first time in years. The secret to his transformation lay in eating onions correctly. Simply tossing onions into a dish or overcooking them can destroy their most valuable nutrients, rendering them ineffective. In Robert's case, precise preparation and timing unlocked their full therapeutic potential. What's particularly striking is that the benefits of onions are not limited by age. I've seen patients in their 80s and even 90s experience dramatic health improvements by incorporating onions into their diets. For example, an 87-year-old patient named Margaret, who had struggled with chronic inflammation and recurrent infections, saw her symptoms diminish significantly after adopting my onion protocol. Age is no barrier to reaping these benefits. What matters is having the right knowledge and applying it consistently. In this video, I'll share additional patient stories to illustrate how onions can serve as a powerful ally in your health journey, and I'll provide detailed, actionable guidance on how to maximize their effects for your unique needs. Let's explore the science behind onions' remarkable health benefits. One of the key compounds responsible for their therapeutic effects is allicin, the molecule that gives onions their distinctive sharp aroma when sliced. Allicin is essentially a natural medicine, with well-documented abilities to rejuvenate blood vessels, stabilize blood pressure, and provide potent antibacterial and antiviral effects. It's a cornerstone of onions' cardiovascular and immune-boosting properties. However, there's a critical catch. Allicin doesn't form automatically. Many people unknowingly sabotage their production by mishandling onions during preparation. For example, a common mistake is chopping onions and immediately tossing them into a hot pan. This prevents the formation of allicin entirely. To produce allicin, onions must be sliced or crushed and then left to sit for 10 to 15 minutes before cooking. This resting period allows enzymes in the onion to interact and generate allicin. Cooking too soon destroys this process, leaving you with a flavorful but nutritionally diminished vegetable. I've worked with patients who consumed onions daily but saw no health improvements because they skipped this crucial step. Once I guided them to let sliced onions rest before cooking, they reported transformative results: stabilized morning blood pressure, reduced swelling in their extremities, and even fewer colds and infections. Allicin's benefits extend beyond heart health. It also combats harmful bacteria and supports immune function, making it a game-changer for individuals prone to frequent illnesses or chronic fatigue. In fact, in parts of Europe, onions and their close cousin garlic have been revered for centuries as natural antibiotics. Historical records from medieval Europe reveal that during plagues, people hung onions at their doorways, believing they could ward off illness, a practice rooted in the vegetable's antimicrobial properties. Onions are far more than a kitchen staple. They're a formidable shield for your health, but unlocking their power requires precise knowledge and technique. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Another critical yet lesser-known compound in onions is quercetin, a flavonoid with extraordinary antioxidant properties. Quercetin neutralizes free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells and accelerate aging, while keeping blood vessels flexible and youthful. Scientific studies confirm that quercetin helps prevent heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure, and even certain types of cancer. Surprisingly, the highest concentration of quercetin isn't found in the onion's flesh but in its skin, the brown, papery layer most people discard without a second thought. When I share this with my patients, they're often shocked. Dr. Carter, you're telling me the skin I've been throwing away is the most nutritious part? Indeed, research shows that onion skins contain up to 10 times more quercetin than the flesh, making them a nutritional goldmine. Discarding the skin is like throwing away a potent, natural supplement. To help my patients harness quercetin, I teach practical methods for using onion skins. For example, some dry the skins in the sun, grind them into a fine powder, and sprinkle them onto rice, soups, salads, or smoothies. This simple habit delivers antioxidant effects that rival expensive, store-bought supplements. Unlike Allicin, which is heat-sensitive and diminishes with cooking, quercetin is remarkably heat-resistant, retaining its potency in cooked dishes like stir-fries, stews, or soups. The key to unlocking onion's full health potential lies in balancing the intake of allicin and quercetin through thoughtful preparation and consumption strategies. Let me share another real-life example to illustrate the impact of these techniques. John Davis, a 72-year-old retiree from Boston, struggled with persistent high blood pressure and elevated cholesterol despite taking multiple prescription medications. He also experienced chest tightness and shortness of breath during mild physical activities, such as climbing stairs. After a detailed analysis of his diet, I discovered he rarely ate onions, finding their raw pungency unappealing. This presented a golden opportunity for a health breakthrough. I introduced John to a tailored onion eating plan, emphasizing not only how to prepare onions to maximize allicin and quercetin, but also how to incorporate them into meals he enjoyed. Within 3 months, his blood pressure stabilized, his cholesterol levels improved dramatically, and he reported feeling more energetic than he had in years. Simple activities like gardening or walking his grandchildren to the park became enjoyable again, free from discomfort. Onions are a remarkable, accessible tool for health, but their benefits hinge on understanding and applying the right techniques. In this video, I'll guide you through every step. How to select the best onions, how to prepare them to preserve their nutrients, when to eat them for optimal absorption, and how to avoid common mistakes that diminish their effects. Whether you're seeking to improve your heart health, boost your immunity, or simply feel more vibrant, onions can be a game changer. Join me as we unlock the full potential of this extraordinary vegetable and empower you to take control of your health in a natural, science-backed way. I recently counseled my patient, John, a 52-year-old accountant struggling with hypertension and elevated cholesterol, on the strategic use of onions to optimize their health benefits. Onions, when prepared and consumed with intention, are a powerhouse of bioactive compounds like allicin, quercetin, and sulfur-containing molecules that can rival pharmaceutical interventions. My advice to John was precise. Slice onions thinly and allow them to rest for 15 to 20 minutes before cooking or eating to maximize allicin production, a potent antioxidant formed when enzymes in the onion react with oxygen. I also recommended drying the papery brown skins in a well-ventilated area for 3 to 5 days, grinding them into a fine powder, and sprinkling a teaspoon daily onto rice, soups, salads, or oatmeal for a concentrated dose of antioxidants. For cooking, I urged him to sauté onions gently on low to medium heat with healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil or flaxseed oil, staples in American cuisine valued for their heart-protective properties. High heat, I warned, degrades allicin, quercetin, and other delicate nutrients, diminishing their therapeutic potential. Just 5 weeks later, John returned for a follow-up, visibly brighter and more energetic. His blood pressure, previously hovering at 150/95 mmHg, had stabilized at 130/85 mmHg. His LDL cholesterol, which had alarmed us at 260 mg per deciliter, dropped to a more manageable 210 mg per deciliter. Beaming, he shared how his mornings felt lighter, with newfound energy that made climbing the stairs to his office effortless. He even reported better sleep and less afternoon fatigue. This transformation wasn't magic. It was the result of leveraging onions' pharmacological properties with precision. Used carelessly, onions deliver only a fraction of their benefits and, in some cases, may even strain the body. John's case underscores a critical truth. Onions aren't just a culinary staple. They're a medicinal food that, when wielded correctly, can outperform many medications. The nuanced reality. Onions aren't universal miracle foods. While onions offer remarkable benefits, they're not a one-size-fits-all solution. Their potency demands respect, and certain health conditions require caution to avoid adverse effects. For most people, onions' high potassium content, approximately 150 to 200 mg per medium onion, helps regulate fluid balance, flush excess sodium, and lower blood pressure, making them a fantastic ally for cardiovascular health. However, for individuals with compromised kidney function, such as those with chronic kidney disease, CKD, this potassium can accumulate in the blood, leading to hyperkalemia, a condition that disrupts heart rhythms and, in severe cases, can be life-threatening. I once treated a 45-year-old patient, Mark, who, inspired by online health blogs, began drinking 8 ounces of raw onion juice daily to detox his system. Within weeks, his fatigue worsened, and blood tests revealed dangerously elevated potassium levels and declining kidney function. Hospitalization was required to stabilize him, and we promptly discontinued his onion juice regimen. Another consideration is onion's natural blood-thinning properties, driven by compounds like adenosine and sulfur derivatives. These can enhance circulation and reduce clot risk, benefiting those with cardiovascular concerns. However, for patients taking anticoagulants like warfarin, aspirin, or newer drugs like apixaban, combining onion's effects with these medications can amplify bleeding risks, potentially leading to bruising, nosebleeds, or, in rare cases, gastrointestinal bleeding. I always advise such patients to consult their physician and monitor onion intake, typically capping it at half a medium onion daily to balance benefits and risks. Digestive sensitivity is another critical factor. Raw onions, especially when consumed on an empty stomach, can irritate the gastric lining, exacerbating conditions like gastritis, peptic ulcers, or gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD. A 60-year-old patient, Sarah Miller, came to me complaining of persistent stomach pain and frequent nighttime awakenings. She had adopted a morning ritual of drinking raw onion juice, believing it would boost her immunity. Endoscopy revealed mild gastritis, likely triggered by the juice's acidity and sulfur compounds. We shifted her to lightly cooked onions, consumed with meals, and her symptoms resolved within weeks. To unlock onion's full potential, you must align their use with your unique physiology and health profile, ideally under medical guidance for pre-existing conditions. Mastering onion preparation. Timing, technique, and creativity. To harness onion's therapeutic power, preparation is everything. Let's break it down step by step, grounded in science and practical application. Maximize allicin formation. When you slice, chop, or crush an onion, you rupture its cells, releasing alliinase enzymes that catalyze the formation of allicin, a sulfur compound with antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and cardiovascular benefits. However, this reaction requires time and oxygen. Cooking immediately after cutting halts the process, wasting potential. My advice: slice onions thinly to increase surface area, and let them rest for 15 to 20 minutes before cooking or eating raw. A 2018 study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that this resting period boosts allicin levels by up to 60%, amplifying onion's health impacts. Many home cooks overlook this step, sautéing or boiling right away and losing out on allicin's benefits. Choose the right cooking method. Cooking technique significantly affects nutrient retention. Boiling onions causes water-soluble nutrients like quercetin, a flavonoid with antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, and sulfur compounds to leach into the cooking water, reducing their bioavailability. A 2020 Harvard study demonstrated that lightly sautéing onions in olive oil at low to medium heat, 250 to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, increases quercetin absorption by 3 to 5 times compared to boiling, as the oil facilitates uptake in the gut. Opt for high-quality fats like extra virgin olive oil, flaxseed oil, or sesame oil, which complement onion's flavor and enhance nutrient delivery. Avoid high-heat methods like frying or roasting above 350 degrees Fahrenheit, as they degrade allicin and quercetin, leaving you with flavor but fewer health benefits. Don't discard the skins. Onion skins, often tossed thoughtlessly, are a treasure trove of antioxidants, particularly quercetin and fiber. Wash the brown, papery skins thoroughly to remove dirt, then dry them in a well-ventilated area for 3 to 5 days until brittle. Grind them into a fine powder using a spice grinder or blender, and store in an airtight container. Sprinkle 1/2 to 1 teaspoon daily onto cereal, yogurt, soups, salads, or smoothies for a supplement-level antioxidant boost. Patients who adopted this habit reported reduced morning sluggishness, improved stamina, and better blood pressure control, particularly those with hypertension, prediabetes, or chronic fatigue. The skin's concentrated nutrients make them a cost-effective, zero-waste health hack. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Practical recipes to elevate your onion game. Let's translate this knowledge into delicious, health-boosting dishes and remedies. These recipes are designed for ease, affordability, and maximum therapeutic impact. Onion skin powder. After washing and drying onion skins as described, grind them into a fine powder. Add 1/2 teaspoon to oatmeal, soup, yogurt, or salad dressings daily. For a savory twist, mix with dried herbs like oregano or thyme to create a nutrient-packed seasoning blend. One patient, a 55-year-old teacher with prediabetes, added this powder to her morning smoothie and saw her fasting blood sugar drop from 110 to 95 milligrams per deciliter in 2 months, alongside improved energy. Caramelized onions. Thinly slice 2 to 3 medium onions and let them rest for 15 to 20 minutes. Heat 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil or flaxseed oil in a skillet over low heat, 200 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Add the onions, stirring occasionally, and cook for 20 to 30 minutes until golden, soft, and sweet. Season lightly with sea salt. Serve over brown rice, steamed vegetables like broccoli or zucchini, or scrambled eggs. This dish is versatile, stores in the fridge for 3 to 4 days, and freezes well, making batch prep a breeze. A 48-year-old patient with hypertension incorporated caramelized onions into his weekly meals and saw his systolic blood pressure drop by 10 points in 6 weeks, alongside a lighter feeling in his body. Onion ginger tea for circulation. For those with cold hands and feet, poor circulation, or symptoms like chronic shoulder stiffness or chest tightness, this tea is a game changer. Wash 1 medium onion, skin on, as the skin adds antioxidants, and slice thinly. Add to a pot with 4 cups of water and 1 thin slice of fresh ginger, skin on, for added bioactives. Simmer on low heat for 20 to 25 minutes, then strain. Stir in 1 teaspoon of raw honey for sweetness, if desired. Drink 1 to 2 cups daily, morning or evening. A 68-year-old patient, Linda Hayes, suffered from chronic cold extremities and mild chest discomfort when climbing stairs. After drinking this tea twice daily for 3 weeks, her coldness nearly vanished, and her stair climbing improved markedly. This tea isn't just for winter. It counteracts summer air conditioning chills, boosts immunity, and supports metabolism. Its low-calorie profile makes it ideal for weight management, and it reduces swelling in those prone to fluid retention. Beyond the kitchen, onions as a lifestyle shift. Onions are more than a vegetable. They're a gateway to proactive health management. In an era of expensive supplements, trendy superfoods, and overhyped wellness fads, a humble onion from your pantry can deliver extraordinary results. This isn't hyperbole. It's a conviction forged over my 30-plus years as a physician, having guided thousands of patients to transform their health through informed food choices. The difference lies in knowledge, precision, and consistency. To integrate onions effectively, adopt these habits. Slice and rest. Always let sliced onions sit for 15 to 20 minutes to boost allicin formation. Save the skins. Dry and grind onion skins for a daily antioxidant sprinkle. Cook smart. Sauté on low to medium heat with healthy oils to preserve nutrients. Try onion ginger tea. Incorporate this for circulation, immunity, or warmth, especially if you feel cold or sluggish. Tailor to your body. Consult a healthcare provider if you have kidney issues, take blood thinners, or have digestive sensitivities. Consistency is the linchpin. Sporadic efforts won't yield transformative results, but commit to these practices for 1 to 2 months, and you'll likely notice brighter mornings, a lighter body, stable blood pressure or blood sugar, warmer extremities, and enhanced stamina. My patients often marvel, "I never thought something so simple could change how I feel." Unlike medications, which often provide temporary symptom relief, these onion habits foster foundational health improvements: cleaner blood vessels, a stronger heart, better immunity, and less fatigue.